Good.
Yeah, does the trick. Right. So let's keep an eye on that oil pressure. If it starts going towards the red again, then we're just going to have to come back.
Approach runway 16.
But it should be alright. Now that the engine's cooled down a little bit.
DME out of service. Runway 16 Pappy out of service. Taxiway Bravo closed. Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey. Portsmouth Tower information whiskey. 1756 Zulu observation. Wind 140 at 08. Visibility 10. 3000 scattered. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 28. Dew point 21. Altimeter 2986. Pressure altitude plus 158. Weather watch. Potential for lightning forecast value 5 nautical miles. A warning will be issued later if required. Expect ILS approach runway 16. Departing runway 16. DME out of service. Runway 16 Pappy out of service. Taxiway Bravo closed. Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey.
Portsmouth Ground RV 271 Victor Alpha is November. Rated taxi with whiskey.
RV 271 Victor Alpha, Portsmouth Ground, runway 16 Charlie, taxi by November Alpha Charlie.
16 Charlie, November Alpha Charlie, 1 Victor Alpha, thanks. Go the other way. There we go. I hear you're an A&P?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? What do you work on?
I work on Embraers and a 320.
Oh, cool.
321.
You with JetBlue?
Yep.
Yep. Nice. That's got to be a pretty good gig.
Oh, yeah. Plush job.
Yeah? Working at Logan?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually mainly do avionics. I don't even get dirty.
Really?
Yep.
That's not too bad then. Not a bad deal at all.
I can't complain. I was in Hawaii before that too, so.
Oh, wow. What are you doing back here?
I had to come back for family.
Yeah.
Couldn't get them all out there.
Too bad.
Yeah. Living the vacation life.
Yeah, I bet. I've never been to Hawaii. It looks beautiful though.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Definitely something you gotta see.
Have you ever been to Portsmouth before?
No.
No? So we got over 11,000 feet of runway here, you know, which is great for our operation because it increases that level of safety that we want to have. Unfortunately, on a day like today, taxiway Bravo is closed, so we have to go all the way down to taxiway Charlie, so it's about a 1.5 mile taxi.
Oh, okay. The scenic route.
Yep. Yeah, usually we just take off from Bravo here, but they have some stuff going over Bravo, so it's closed down. When we take off from Bravo, it gives us about 4,000 feet of runway. When we take off from Charlie, it gives us 7,700.
Oh wow, nice.
So we're still not utilizing full length, but you know, it's 7,000 feet of runway still longer than anything we'll need.
Yeah.
Was getting your pilot's license something you're thinking about doing?
Definitely.
Yeah.
For a while now. In Hawaii, I was gonna start right before I left.
Yep.
One of the guys I worked with was an instructor. Gonna offer me 3 hours, you know, just
right.
do my damn job, so. But it's just a money and time thing, you know.
Right.
I live overnight, so I'm usually sleeping at this hour.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the only time the airplanes aren't flying, really.
That's right.
So, got to work that it's probably like 1 to 6 when the airplanes are mostly on the ground.
I usually do 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Long haul.
Yeah, that's a long day.
That's nice. So I've been doing that for so many years, working overnight shifts. So
right, you're just used to it. Yeah, my dad's the same way. He was He's always worked overnight ever since I was born, so it's just, even though he's creeping up on 60 years old, he's just so used to it and his body's so in tune with it that it doesn't affect him anymore.
Yep, same here. Good and bad at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's probably, you work mostly by yourself in that case?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's got its perks too. You don't have to, you're not getting bothered by anybody.
Yeah, I hate people lingering on my shoulder.
We're going to spin it around into the wind, allow for a little bit extra cooling. And we'll do our engine check and make sure everything's reading green.
Okay.
Fuel's on, ignitions are on, elevator back, bring the throttle up. 4,000 RPM is what we want. So first indication, oil's still in the green, so that's good. Wasn't like that earlier. Check each individual ignition system, make sure the engine runs on each smoothly. Looks good. Everything's in the green except for battery volts, charging at 11 amps though, so it should eventually start coming up. Everything, all right. Cool, oil pressure's still green. Seems like it just needed a little bit more.
All right.
All right, you ready to roll?
Roger that.
So I do the takeoff and landing. Once we get to a safe, smooth altitude, I give you the controls and you get to start flying it. It's real easy to fly. I recommend just flying with just kind of the tips of your fingers, like this. It's super light on the controls. It responds instantly when you put a little bit of input in there, so.
Okay.
All right. Ready to go. Portsmouth Tower, V271 Victor Alpha, 1 short 16 Charlie for a left turn to the east.
V271 Victor Alpha, Portsmouth Tower, runway 16 Charlie, wind 1406, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 16 Charlie, 1 Victor Alpha, thanks. Our runway here, over 7,000 feet of runway in front of us. And feet in full throttle. Steer with our feet. Everything's in the green, speed alive. Nose is off the ground, just gonna let it kind of glide right up off the ground. Up we go.
60 knots, that's wild.
Good afternoon, Tower. It's 7 Alpha Fox, visual 16.
Fuel pressure.
7 Alpha Foxtrot, Portsmouth Tower.
That's okay. Does that when it's hot.
Runway 16, wind 130 at 6, clear to land. And taxiway Bravo's closed, you can
Try
clear
the back up now.
We'll expect it, thanks. Clear to land 16, 7 Alpha Fox.
And oil pressure's still good, so I think we're solved that issue.
Traffic.
That's just us showing up on the screen now. Tower 1 Victor Alpha, request a left turn to the east.
Tower, who's that?
That's RV1 Victor Alpha looking for that left turn to the east.
Everyone Victor Alpha, turn at your discretion.
Discretion, 1 Victor Alpha, thanks. Alright, so we'll kind of head out this way towards downtown.
Traffic.
Nobody there. Alright, go ahead and take it now. So take it with your left hand. So I would fly with your left hand, like I said, just real light on the controls. Kind of get a feel for it. It reacts instantly. And we'll just cruise on up to, we're at 1,000 feet right now. Let's go up to 1,500. I assume you kind of know the basics of how airplanes work, you know,
yeah.
Pitch and roll and everything.
Yeah, I've got thousands of hours in flight sim, alright?
If at any point you want to, you know, take pictures or anything, feel free. There's the Portsmouth Navy Yard. Feet, good. You can put your feet up on the pedals, kind of get a feel what the pedals do. So that yaws the airplane left and right. The whole point of the pedals is to keep that ball centered, which means the airplane's flying coordinated. It's flying straight. So if it swings, ball goes right, you need to step on the ball. Stepping on the ball to bring it back center.
Someone Golf, hold short of Alpha taxiway.
Hold short of Alpha, 71 Golf. Portsmouth Tower, Nomad 90 on Alpha is ready for present position departure to the south.
Nomad 70, Portsmouth Tower, hold short, or hold position.
Hold it.
Now what you can do is make a left turn, go parallel to the coast here.
Hey, Nomad 70, present position, wind is 1.
Yeah, that works.
6, clear for takeoff. You can turn out at your discretion.
Roger, Nomad 90 on the go.
And 7 off Fox, we're going to customs.
As you can see on here, we got weather, so you can see any sort of cells that are out there. A couple small showers. Nothing too crazy.
That's what we like to hear, not too crazy.
Yeah. Out on that little peninsula there, that's Cape Kinetic, so you can kind of go towards that. We'll circle over Nubble Light. You ever been to Nubble Light?
I have not.
No?
I do have the helicopter inside 71 Golf.
One of the more popular lighthouses in the Northeast. You know, it's kind of sitting on a little island on its own.
Okay.
We'll be sure to stay away from that stuff that's over there. Got any questions so far?
Yeah.
No?
Tower, King Air 805 Alpha Hotel on the visual 16 with whiskey.
The only thing that really loosens me is talking over the radio. It just goes by so fast.
Or what right midfield for 16?
That's what everyone says. It's a different language,
Yeah.
you know, and everyone, we all talk so fast on the radio.
Being maintenance, talking to the, you know, the tower at night, it's just slow, calm talk,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep. So you get to taxi the aircraft?
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 71 Golf, Port Left Base.
Port left base, 71 Golf.
Yeah, this is a little different than just taxiing around.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tenfold.
This is York Beach right in front of us that we're flying over. That's Noble Light over there.
Okay.
Sitting on the rock. You can kind of swing out to the right a little bit and then do a loop around it.
You ever have any crazy students?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're all crazy.
All in our own way, right?
Yeah. Really probably like the scariest one I ever had. And not that it was his fault, but he was deaf. And so all of our communication was done with writing and hand signals, because I don't know sign language. So
That must have been interesting.
yeah, which he actually did really well. But there was one point where we were a helicopter off our left that I can see. You see him right there?
Oh yeah, I got him.
So there's a moment where it was a pretty windy day, and I was having him do the landing, and we ended up just coming in a little low, and we landed in the grass right before the runway, and that it was actually a pretty nice landing, just it was in the grass. Had to give it some power to pop it up onto the runway.
Yep.
But I guess it scared him enough.
Oh, he finished after that?
He was a little more sporadic with his scheduling after that. He was pretty consistent, and then after that he kind of tapered off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was flying for 30 years. He had like 500 hours or something like that. It was like a crazy amount, and he hadn't gotten his pilot's license.
Number 2 behind them.
So it was just going to be a really difficult task.
085, clear to land and expect to exit at the end.
You know, and as long as you go into uncontrolled airports, you don't need to talk on the radio at an uncontrolled airport. So
Okay.
he didn't have to make radio calls or anything.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, my first uncontrolled airport I went to, I was kind of amazed, like no security and stuff.
Yep.
I was going for this job interview. I was just hearing people over the radio, and he was just like, "Yep, we're coming in. Everyone get out the way."
Right. Yeah, you just announce what you're doing and hope that there's no one else.
Yeah. That's cool though.
That's how Hampton is. Hampton Airfield. That's a fun little airport. You can walk right on the runway if you wanted to. There's no fences or anything.
Oh, nice.
Wildcat 45, Portsmouth Tower.
Yes, sir. We're 9 to the north along the coast, 1,000 feet, just transitioning along the coastline to the south.
Wildcat 45, roger, transition approved, altimeter 29086.
2986, Wildcat 45.
Wildcat 45, what was your altitude you said?
Currently 900 feet, sir.
Roger, thanks.
Seven Golf on the go, runway 16.
71 Golf, roger, left closed traffic.
Left close, 71 Golf.
So are you the only instructor here?
No, we have a few of them. I'm just the only full-time one.
Okay.
But I just hired a new one a couple weeks ago to do evenings and weekends. And then we have a couple really part-time ones that will work with specific students.
All right. So if I did start, what do you actually start with?
Like with flying wise?
Yeah, like so first day I come in, I'm ready to train.
So in the first days, it's very similar to kind of what we're doing now. We just practice turns, climbs, ascents. You know, I tell you to do like a constant speed climb. That'd be, you know, climbing up steady at 75 knots. Constant speed descents. We go into slow flight and practice the same stuff while in slow flight. And then it's usually it for lesson 1, and then lesson 2 is sort of a review on slow flight, and then we introduce stalls.
Cool.
And we do power on, power off stalls.
Someone Golf XQ, 360 for departure traffic.
And then steep turns after that. And those are like the main maneuvers that we always practice. Slow flight, stalls, and steep turns.
Okay.
And those are all the maneuvers that kind of build up your skill to do everything that it takes really to do with flying.
All right, so how about dollar-wise? How much should I be prepared for? To at least get like, you know, a good couple sessions to start off.
So the first couple lessons are a little longer because we do, you know, some ground time of pre-flight, what we're looking at pre-flight and whatnot. So the first lesson is going over pre-flight and talking about the systems and, you know, the airplane. And then the second lesson, sort of the same thing, but I'm more just observing.
Okay.
And kind of asking you like, okay, what are you looking for here? What are you looking for here? And then after that, once I'm comfortable with you pre-flighting, you'll actually pre-flight alone. And then you don't have to pay for my time if you're pre-flighting alone.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
And so the first couple lessons are usually 250 to 280, and then each lesson after that is usually lower than 250.
Okay. So if I had like, you know, at least 1500 just to come in, that would be good to start off for a couple.
Yeah, if you had 1500, you'd probably get,
49 ports tower, hold short.
probably say like 8 or so lessons, 7 or 8 lessons.
Nice, nice. Oh, no, that's definitely reasonable.
Sure, turn left heading 270. Runway 16, wind 120.
Am I going to start turning right over into there?
No, we're gonna be cruising right on through the coast here. We're going down to Hampton.
270, clear for takeoff from runway 16, Trailblazer 443.
I'm sorry, I said left. Affirmative, that is a right turn 270, thanks.
Right turn 270, clear for go. Trailblazer 443. 71 Golf 3 established on the downwind.
Hey, 71 Golf, roger, continue, report base.
Continue report base, 71 Golf.
Kronos 1849, runway 16 at Charlie, line up and wait.
Line up and wait 16 at Charlie, Kronos 1849.
I'm not sure if Ryan told you, but if you put money on account, you actually get a 10% discount on the airplane. Like if you had that $1,500, you just want to throw it on your account, that would get you a 10% discount on the airplane.
Okay, yeah.
So that saves you a little bit too.
I definitely would want to like start a small account because bills come and I'm like, oh, pay this bill first.
Right.
Trailblazer 453, contact departure, see ya.
See ya, Trailblazer 443.
Enforcement Tower, Wildcat 45, frequency change.
And excuse me, Wildcat, frequency change proof, see ya.
So long, thanks.
Kronos 1849, runway 16 Charlie, wind 1306, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 16, Kronos 1849.
71 Golf turning left base.
71 Golf PC 12 at Charlie, rolling for departure. Runway 16, wind 1306, clear for the option.
Clear for the option runway 16, I will be searching for that departing traffic. 71 Golf.
So these are Rye beaches right here. The Hampton Beach is the one after the peninsula, up further in the haze there.
Okay. The third one.
Yep.
So how many hours would I need before I can start working and making money with the license?
So it's a minimum of 40 to get your private. Private, you can't do anything for compensation. It's an additional 40 for instrument. Once you finish instrument, you still can't make any money. It's not until you finish commercial where you can start making your money. And that's usually after 200 hours.
Okay.
Over departure, field 1, Cardinals 1849.
So to get to that point, it's usually about 30,000. And then, you know, that would allow you to fly anything single engine, which there aren't too many commercial operations that, you know, deal with single engine operations. So then you'd have to tack on a multi-engine. There's probably another $8,000 or so. And then if you want to go to the airlines and you do ATP, ATP is probably 20 grand. So it gets expensive. It is expensive. So you could go the route that I did, and I went instructor. So I did private, instrument, commercial, and then instructor. And that only set me back about 60,000.
Okay. Well, my school is like half of that, so.
Yeah.
Still on golf on the go, runway 16.
Alright, so what you can do now is kind of swing out to the right and put the coast on your left side.
Left close, report base on 1 golf.
Up over here on the other side of the trees here is Hampton Airfield. You'll be able to get a glimpse of that. And Hampton Beach is up there on the other side of the peninsula. Go a little more to the right. The Hampton Beach is right up here. You can see the hangars on the far side of the trees there.
Oh yeah,
The runway going through. Pretty small airport, surrounded by trees. One of the more difficult airports to land at in the area.
Okay.
Just because the combination of the short runway and the trees on either end.
Yeah.
You know, that shortens the runway even more. Okay, you got Hampton Beach down there. Packed as usual. This is such a pretty area to fly around.
Oh yeah.
And some days the whales get so close to the shore, you can go right out over the whales and fly over them.
Oh yeah, that's an added benefit. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen whales and sharks, dolphins.
Golf turning left base, runway 16.
That's awesome.
Edison Wood Golf, runway 161140, clear for the option.
Now we're coming up over Salisbury, or at Seabrook Beach. This is Seabrook, and then Salisbury's the next one with the pier. That's the opening of the Merrimack River. That goes up through Newburyport. Plum Island's on the other side of that.
Portsmouth Tower, helicopter 219 Charlie Romeo.
Number 219 Charlie Romeo, Portsmouth Tower.
Yeah, 9 Charlie Romeo, we're about 7 to the northeast, request transition to the southwest down to, we're going to be landing 7 Bravo 3.
November 9 Charlie Romeo, transition approved, Delta minute 2986, traffic is Robinson in the pattern.
We'll be looking 9 Charlie Romeo.
What you can do is go a little bit further, then you're going to go right turn up the river, kind of go over towards Newburyport. Looks like a nice boat down there, sailboat.
Yeah, I wish I could afford one of those.
Yeah, I know. Me too. If I didn't do all this, I'd be able to have anything.
Oh, yeah. But would you really trade it in?
Someone golf on the go. Can we
No,
take a right quote?
not really.
Let's say right power off 180.
Number 71 Golf.
Do you own your own aircraft?
No.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
Cleared as requested. Cleared for the option on runway 16 on golf.
Maybe once I pay off that Camaro, I'll get an airplane.
Oh, that was your Camaro?
Yeah.
I liked it. That was a nice Camaro. I was like, oh yeah, there's definitely someone inside there. For sure.
That's mine. Go ahead and make that right turn now. Yeah, when I bought that, it was either that or an airplane. I was like, man, what could I really enjoy more? Because I already spent so much time in an airplane, so like, would I actually really get the added benefit of owning my own airplane if I already spent so much time in them?
Oh, that's understandable. I would have gone with the Camaro too.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent. What is it?
There's Newburyport right in front of us.
Yeah, that thing's packed, huh?
Yeah. Popular area. And Plum Island Airport right off the left there, just parallel to the road.
Oh yeah, okay. We're just gonna keep following down?
Yep, just go right up the river. Looks like Boston's getting slammed with weather.
Oh jeez. Some days that's good. I like delayed flights. That means I don't have to work on it. You can always tell there's always like a line of people standing at the little desk kiosk from JetBlue. You're like, yep, it's gonna be a long night.
You're the guy everyone hates to see walk on the airplane when they're all sitting inside.
Yep. Either that or I'm the savior. Like, oh, there's no Wi-Fi. Go on, fix it. They're like, oh, we love you.
At the traffic, Skyhawk 78 Romeo, entering downwind.
Even the flight attendants, they go crazy with no Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
I imagine, yeah.
Like, come on, back in the old days, didn't have TV, no Wi-Fi, none of that.
Right.
People had to sit there and socialize or just be silent.
Right. Way back in the day, they sit there and smoke their cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
And drink and talk.
I've had so many customers ask me, why do they keep those in there? I was like, well, it's a modification. They haven't modded out yet, that's all. Like, apparently they keep it there just in case someone smokes a cigarette.
Right.
That makes no sense.
90 is a military helicopter at 1,600 feet, going to transition from the northeast to the southwest.
Now what you can do is go ahead and make a right turn. So this is 495 right here. Kind of make a right turn, go parallel to 495, and you'll pick up 95 on the other side.
Right there?
Yep, right here. This is 495 right here. Just kind of follow that up to 95. Amesbury down here. That's not too hard, especially with 1,000 hours of flight sim experience.
I've gone off level about 100 feet a couple times, so
that's all right.
I'm disappointed in myself. It's definitely a sweet ass ride, though.
It is.
I've flown a Cessna Caravan a couple of times, and this by far beats it.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it a Caravan a turboprop?
Yes, it is. PT6. I actually love that engine. To work on it.
Oh, it's one of the most reliable engines out there. Crazy.
Pratt & Whitney, they know what they're doing.
Yep. So what got you behind the cockpit of one of those?
So I was working for the airline in Hawaii. It's Mokulele.
Okay.
And I worked for Hawaiian Airlines, so I was doing like CRJs also and the Airbuses. But we would go out to particular islands that didn't have any maintenance.
Yep.
And like I said, that flight instructor was offering me to train me.
Yep.
So I would always bring him with me because I needed a pilot to fly it back. And you know, on the way back, he let me fly. You know, go hands on.
Cool.
Yeah, he was awesome. Cool shit. We're just following this one?
Yep, just following 95 here.
Now those white marks that got on the highway, that's just for state troopers, right?
Yeah, so what they usually do, a couple of days a week, they'll have a Cessna Skylane up at 3,000 feet circling, and there's a spotter inside the airplane, and they time you between the white marks. And there'll usually be like 6 or so troopers on the ground, and they'll radio down to the ground and tell you, you know, they'll be like, black car, middle lane, go get them.
That's crazy. I was trying to tell that to my girlfriend. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're just random marks on the highway, but...
Nope, it's for aerial speed trap.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the way they get you is so like the airplane will be circling here, but they won't have the troopers up until like a couple miles ahead.
Okay.
And then they'll have these neon green signs that say speed enforced by aircraft. And at that point you're already caught. Yep. And so it's really just like, you know, like they'll pull you over after those signs and be like, yeah, the aircraft got you. But the aircraft got them miles before they saw the signs, so they didn't even have a chance to slow down.
Wow, okay. That's slick Rick right there.
Yeah, so every morning, I come from Massachusetts, I live in Peabody.
Okay.
So every day before I start my commute, I open up a plane radar app and I look for 366 November Hotel. And that's the State Police 182. And so if it's not circling, I know I'm clear for my ride up.
Oh, nice. What do you use, FlightAware?
I actually have an Android app called Plane Radar.
Okay.
It's just called Plane Radar. But actually FlightAware doesn't really work because you need a flight plan usually to show up on FlightAware.
All right.
But like an ADS-B reading app will show an aircraft.
All right, real-time aircraft in the sky. Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'll open that up, look for 366 November Hotel, and that determines whether if I'm going to speed down 95 or not.
Yeah. How long does that take you to get up here?
It's about 40 minutes.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
No. It's just a lot of miles to put on my car.
I completely.
80 miles a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same going to Boston. It's 80 miles a day. I drive a BMW, so I feel your pain.
There's the other side of Hampton Airfield. You can see the other side of the hangars now.
Okay.
Short runway.
Navy runway.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. You can't go in there on a hot day and expect to come out fully weighed, you know, full of weight and everything. So this is 101 here, so you can go ahead and make a left turn to follow 101. Like on a day like today where it's really hot and humid, that airport's dead.
Yeah.
You know, Hampton, because it's you're cutting it too close. The runway's so short, and you got to clear the trees at the end of it.
Not even worth taking a risk.
Nope. That's why it's so nice we have 11,000 feet of runway. We never have to, can even consider it. But on a hot day like this airplane takes about 1,600 to 1,800 feet to take off and clear a 50-foot obstacle. And the runway there's 2,000 feet.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's close. It's doable, but it's close.
Yeah.
You only got a few hundred feet of space to play with.
Someone Golf on the go, just looking for normal approach.
Hey, 71 Golf, right close is approved, report base.
Right close, report base for 71 Golf.
Now that we're moving more inland, you're going to get more of these bumps. We're not getting that sea breeze, keeping things cooler. Bet there's some crazy weather in Hawaii, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be calm and dead 1 second, and the next second a freaking thunderstorm coming out of nowhere.
Yep. Yeah, I'd love to go out there. It just looks so pretty. Even with the thunderstorms, like, it just looks awesome.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. At least to go take a vacation, man.
Right. How long did you live out there?
I only lived out there for a year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I felt pretty isolated because I like to travel a lot.
Right.
And, you know, you can only explore the islands. And you can only explore 5 out of the 6 islands. And you can only do so much.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're pretty limited.
Yeah. A little bit. But it's still, you know, people out there are so nice and
Really?
so beautiful every day. It really is. You can't complain. Fresh sushi. I don't know if you're a fan of sushi, but that's where you get the best sushi.
Can't say I am. I'd rather have some, some nice haddock, scallops.
Oh, well.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you're in the right place already.
Yep. Yeah, I lived in Florida for a few years, and they have a different kind of seafood. But you couldn't get like real good lobster or scallops or anything.
Okay.
That's all. You get all that stuff up here, but down there they got like mahi and tuna and all that. But I don't really care for that fish. I'd rather nice cod, nice haddock.
Exactly. Gotta have particular taste for fish. I have that.
Shrimp though, they have good shrimp, and I do love shrimp.
Golf runway 161130 at 7, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 1671 Golf.
Definitely gotta be a beach guy if you want to go.
Yeah. It's funny, I hate going to the beach anywhere around here, but I love going to Florida beaches.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's nice and clear out there, right?
Yeah, it's warm. The water's always warm year-round. The sand is much softer, no rocks. I feel like when you're walking like on a Massachusetts beach, or you're worried about where you're stepping because there's rocks that are going to slice your foot open everywhere.
Oh yeah. No, you're bound for anything. Watch out for the needles and everything. This is Massachusetts, baby.
Yep. Yeah, it's sad. So this is Epping, the dragway, New England drag strip right here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been here a couple times.
Yep. So with it being in the middle of the week, nothing's going on.
Looks much different from up here.
Yeah. It's long. Like you don't really see like the full length of it because it's only a quarter mile, but there's like an extra, more than a quarter mile after that for slowing down.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even really realized that driving down it.
Kind of go ahead and go right, make a right turn right over top of it. Make our way back in.
Plus 158. Weather watch. Potential for lightning forecast value 5 nautical miles. A warning will be issued later if required. Expect ILS approach runway 16. Departing runway 16. DME out of service. Runway 16 Pappy out of service. Taxiway Bravo closed. Advise on initial contact you have information whiskey. Portsmouth Tower information whiskey.
Right close to port base.
Right close to port base, 71 Golf.
North 71 Golf, you make this a short one inside a citation. I'm sorry, actually it's a beach on a long right base.
That's the guy right on top of us.
1 minute for 71 Golf, thank you.
He's on the screen here. Portsmouth Tower, V271 Victor Alpha is about 8 miles to the west. We're inbound with whiskey, full stop.
V271 Victor Alpha, Portsmouth, flight deck. Hey, number 1 Victor Alpha, thanks, identity observed, and there's Jeff just passing over the top at about 2,000 feet above. There will be the right base. It's a BE-36. Do you have them in sight?
I got him in sight. It's a Bonanza, 1 Victor Alpha.
Hey, number 1 Victor Alpha, you can just follow them and report 2 miles.
Alright, we'll follow them, 1 Victor Alpha. Alright, so you can go ahead and make the right turn.
Portsmouth Tower, Bonanza 75, Tango Lima descending out of 3.3, field in sight.
Hey, 75 Tango Lima, Roger, following a Robinson helicopter making a short right base when able to port in sight.
There you go, so that's good right here.
Got the field in sight, but nothing on the helicopter, 5 Tango Lima.
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
He's up there.
Remember, Tango Lima, I'm sorry, say again.
Say again, Portsmouth for 75 Tango Lima.
5 Tango Lima, you can disregard the helicopter traffic. They will be out of your way, just report 2 miles.
Okay, 5 Tango Lima, we'll report 2 miles. 71 Golf turning final, 116.
71 Golf, 1116, 1120 at 8, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 16, 71 Golf.
Portsmouth Tower, Saratoga 73 Charlie Pup, we're ready at runway 16 at Charlie.
Saratoga 73 Charlie Pop, Portsmouth Tower, hold short.
73 Charlie Pup.
Go a little bit to the left. He's kind of going out that way now. Apart from the heat, it's a pretty nice day.
Oh yeah, this is nice. It's not too hot or anything.
Yeah.
No complaints. I like how this thing flies though, it's nice.
It's so easy. It really is so easy.
Portsmouth Tower, 75 Tango Lima is about 2 miles out.
Okay, you go back to the right again. And aim right for that bridge.
71 Golf on the go runway.
Water there.
Alright.
71 Golf, you can make left closed.
Left close or 71 Golf.
Number 3 Charlie Papa, runway 16, 11306, clear for takeoff. Traffic is Beach Bonanza on the right base.
Clear to go, Saratoga 73 Charlie Pup, and we're just looking for a straight out.
Number 3 Charlie Papa, Roger, approved. Number 5 Tango Lima, traffic taking the runway at Charlie for departure. Check wheels down, runway 16, 120 at 7, clear to land.
Okay, 5 Tango Lima is clear to land, turning on final now.
And 5 Tango Lima Bravo is closed, so you can expect to exit at Charlie.
5 Tango Lima, Roger.
And 1 Victor Alpha, the same for you, expect to exit at Charlie.
Copy that, 1 Victor Alpha, we still have traffic in sight.
Okay, number 1 Victor Alpha, number 2, check wheels down, runway 16, 130 at 7, clear to land.
Clear to land, number 2, 161 Victor Alpha.
Someone Golf in the field downwind.
Number 71 Golf, ready number 3 to follow the RV on about a 3-mile right base.
We're searching for traffic, 71 Golf.
Alright, you can start lowering the nose, letting the airplane come down. Pull the power all the way out, just go out for a little bit. You can start turning in towards the runway now.
Tower, you want me off at Charlie, 5 Tango Lima?
Bird? I was watching, I was like, is he going to move?
Right, just exit there, Charlie. Go ahead and make the 180.
5 Tango Lima, roger.
Hey, 1 Victor Alpha, that aircraft's making a quick 180. They'll be out of your way.
There, they're inside 1 Victor Alpha.
71 Golf, you did have the RV still, right?
71 Golf has that traffic in sight.
Roger. Hey, 5 Tango Lima, contact ground 1 off 2095.
5 Tango Lima, roger.
Core landing checklist is done.
73 Charlie Pup leaving your area, clear to the south, climbing through 2000.
Hey, 3 Charlie Papa, frequency change is approved. I do have traffic indicating 2000 northeastbound vicinity of Seabrook right now, or actually the city of Hampton.
Oh yeah, I got him on the screen. Yeah, well, no contact. We are looking. Thank you.
Roger.
I'm going to remain this frequency for a bit.
That's fine.
Can't slow down, so bring the nose up just a little bit. That's going to guide you down to the landing. Put a notch of flaps in. How are your landings on Flight Sim?
Good.
See if they translate. Okay, so start easing it up. Just keep the left side down a little bit of right rudder, just ease it up, a little more. Hold it right there, and just keep pulling back now. Good.
No way.
I'll give it a little bit of brake now, get it slowed down for Charlie. That's easy.
Wow. Kind of crazy. Charlie, here?
Yeah,
taking over?
Yeah, I got it now.
All right.
Most important thing, let's get this canopy open.
1 Victor Alpha, contact ground.
Contact ground, see ya. Forces ground, RV 271 Victor Alpha, clear 16 Charlie, back in November.
271 Victor Alpha, taxi park Alpha November.
Taxi parking Alpha November 1 Victor Alpha, thanks. That was fun?
Oh yeah. Was I good enough to show for you around?
Yeah, you were great.
All right.
Definitely tell that you have some sort of experience.
Yeah? Are you just saying that or really?
No, really. Usually, I mean, like most people walk in, they have zero experience, don't know anything about airplanes, and they just want to start to learn.
Yeah.
And so like we're like going around, we're like this the whole time, trying to maintain wings level, and that was very relaxing.
Cool, good. I'm happy you enjoy the ride at least. Well, you definitely be seeing some more of me.
Cool.
I love this aircraft right now.
It's nice. And you know, we had the shade over, but like the visibility, you know, the whole way around is a huge perk. That's probably the best part of the airplane.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, send in an Embraer, you're like, yeah, let me just try and peek out of this hole here.
Right. See, I could go like the airline route, but it just doesn't really interest me that much.
Yeah.
You know, like the schedule always seems kind of crappy, and you know, when you're starting, you're sitting there standby, waiting for, you know, a route or an airplane to need a pilot, and it's like, that doesn't interest me.
They're not real pilots anyways. I call them operators.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they just operate. Yeah, they operate the systems. They turn on the autopilot.
Yep, exactly.
So.
Even in Hawaii, in like a 1 hour flight, they would still use autopilot. I'm like, it's 1 hour. You're
right.
a new pilot. You don't want to like get hands on and learn.
Right.
Drives me nuts. I used to disconnect it all the time. They complain about it. Yeah, I'll just.
I had a friend of mine as a first officer on a 777 for United, and he flies it hands on all the way from surface to 18,000 down to the surface.
Damn.
That's the only way he feels like he's actually doing something.
Yep. No, that's understandable. I mean, after all that money you paid to get your license, just want to press autopilot on.
Right.
Come on.
It's funny because like when I went to school, all the training that I went to school for was for airline pilot stuff, and we had an advanced avionics class, which was like a 747 simulator, and literally like 400 feet autopilot on, and you just and that's it, and you're just playing with the FMS and loading in flight plans and changing stuff, and it's like, this sucks.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound. I think you're doing it the best way. This is definitely a great opportunity. You get to share your skills with other people, you know.
I actually get to meet people, you know, like, unlike in an airline pilot, you got 200, 300 people behind you, but you don't know anybody.
Yeah, they're usually off the plane before the freaking passengers.
Right.
I can't even get to them and be like, hey, do you know what you wrote up? Like, he's gone, guy. He's gone, left the airport. All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like, sign anything.
It's like they're always in that much of a rush to get out of there. It's like, how much are they really enjoying it? Like, is it just work at that point?
Yep, I'm sure it is for 75% of them.
Yeah. Not
enjoying it anymore. Going to slave to work.
Right, so it's, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like fun.
No, this is a lot more fun.
Yeah.
No rules, just fly around, enjoy yourself. So who does maintenance for you guys?
Port City Air. So they do like our oil changes and stuff, but we actually fly the airplane to Hampton for our maintenance.
Oh, okay. FBO?
Yeah. Well, it's actually a guy that restores airplanes.
Oh, cool.
He like works on vintage airplanes, but he does the maintenance for us, which is nice, but he doesn't really like doing the maintenance for us, so it's always kind of a pain to get him to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll just come back with problems that it didn't have when it was going in.
Oh, jeez. Not good.
So, but it's who we use.
Yeah, it is what it is. Trust me, I understand.
Yep. I'm glad that oil pressure issue wasn't anything more significant, just needed a little bit more.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been fun.